You think you're in control of what you see on social media, right? That you choose to open the app, you choose who to follow, and you choose when to put it down. Well, what if I told you that's not quite right? Right now, sophisticated algorithms are working overtime with a single goal: to capture and hold your attention for as long as possible. They've learned how to tap into our need for social validation and play on our cognitive biases. And they're using that knowledge to turn our attention into their profit. And in this video, we're going to break down exactly how they do it. Let's be clear about one thing. Social media platforms aren't just neutral tools or digital town squares. They are meticulously crafted environments, and at the heart of each one is an invisible puppeteer: the algorithm. This complex system isn't programmed for your well-being. Its main goal is to maximize one thing above all else: your engagement. Every single piece of content in your feed, every video, photo, and ad is there because an algorithm made a calculated decision to put it there. It analyzes everything you do: how long you pause on a video, who you talk to, what you like, and what you share. This data builds a detailed profile of you, a kind of digital voodoo doll the algorithm uses to predict what will grab your attention and keep you scrolling. They call this personalization, but it's not really about serving you. It's about making you a more predictable, profitable user. Reporting on internal research from some platforms suggests that content triggering strong emotional reactions, especially anger, is often highly effective at keeping us hooked. As a result, the algorithm can learn that division and outrage are good for business. Your attention, captured by any means necessary, is the real product being sold. To get how this works, you have to understand what's happening in your brain. When you get a notification, a like, a comment, a share, it can activate the same reward pathways in your brain that are involved in pleasure. A neurotransmitter called dopamine plays a key role in this process, making you feel good and want to come back for more. Social media designers have engineered their platforms to work a lot like a digital slot machine. This is often called a variable reward system. When you pull down to refresh your feed, you have no idea what you're going to get. Will it be a boring update, or will it be a photo that gets 100 likes? A viral video? It's this very unpredictability that can make it so compulsive. You keep pulling the lever, scrolling down, chasing that next potential reward. A like is no longer just a friendly nod. It's a number that measures your social standing. The lack of an expected response can even trigger feelings of anxiety. This isn't an accident. It's a well-understood feature of behavioral design that creates a loop of desire and dissatisfaction. The manipulation isn't just psychological. It's built right into the architecture of the apps. Think about the infinite scroll. There's a reason your feed never, ever ends. Old media had stopping points: the end of a chapter, the final page of a magazine. The infinite scroll was designed specifically to eliminate that natural signal that it's time to stop. Then, you've got push notifications. Those little red bubbles are diabolically effective. They aren't just random alerts. They are optimized to pull you back in. While not every notification is timed to your specific moment of boredom, the system as a whole learns when prompts are most likely to work, creating a powerful lure to reopen the app. Even a simple feature like tagging is a growth hack designed to pull more people into the ecosystem by leveraging social obligation. All these features work together to create a system that encourages compulsive behavior. The design is so effective that it has sparked numerous lawsuits alleging that platforms like Meta and YouTube were deliberately designed to be addictive and have led to severe mental health issues in young users. So, what's the real cost of these free apps? For many, it's our mental health. A growing body of research has found a correlation between high social media use and an increased risk for depression, anxiety, and loneliness. While correlation isn't the same as causation, the connection is concerning, especially for young people. This can be especially tough for teens, whose brains and sense of self are still developing. Studies suggest a link between the platform's endless stream of curated, idealized lives and a rise in body dissatisfaction and poor self-image, particularly among teen girls. These are known risk factors for more serious issues. But there is some good news. One notable study from the University of Pennsylvania found something pretty amazing. When college students limited their social media use to around 30 minutes a day, they reported significant decreases in feelings of depression and loneliness. Think about that. The very platforms promising connection can, when overused, make us feel more alone. They often prey on our fear of missing out, FOMO, creating a cycle where we check our phones not for fun, but to quiet the anxiety of being left out. This manipulation doesn't just mess with our self-esteem, it's impacting society itself. These platforms have become a primary battleground for social and political influence. The algorithms can play a dangerous part in this. Research shows that posts using moral and emotional language often get way more engagement. Content that makes you angry is more likely to be shared than content that is nuanced or calm. The algorithms have learned this, and as a result, they can amplify polarizing content, pushing us into echo chambers or filter bubbles. Inside these bubbles, it becomes easier to only see information that confirms what you already believe, a trap known as confirmation bias. While you'll still see other views, the algorithm's goal is to keep you engaged, and it often does that by feeding you content it knows you'll agree with. Over time, this can make our viewpoints more rigid and make it harder to understand where other people are coming from. The spread of misinformation isn't necessarily an intended feature, but it can be an unavoidable byproduct of a system that rewards engagement above all else. If any of this is ringing a bell, if you've ever felt that weird, empty feeling after an hour of mindless scrolling, then it's time we start a bigger conversation. Before we get to the solutions, do me a favor and share this video. When you send this to a friend, you're not just sharing a link, you're sharing awareness. You're helping someone else see the invisible strings, and that's the first step to cutting them. The good news? You are not powerless. The best weapon against manipulation is awareness. Just by understanding how these systems work, you're already starting to take back control. You can see the matrix. Now you can start to unplug. First, set some hard limits. Take a cue from that University of Pennsylvania study and try limiting social media to 30 minutes a day. Use your phone's app timers as a rule, not a suggestion. Second, turn off almost all of your push notifications. Take back control of when you choose to check in. Don't let them summon you on their schedule. That one change can dramatically cut down the compulsive urge to check your phone. Third, become an active curator of your feed, not a passive consumer. Unfollow accounts that make you feel angry or inadequate. Hunt down and follow content that's educational, inspiring, or actually connects you with people you care about. Force the algorithm to work for you, not the other way around. Fourth, and this is a big one, prioritize real-world interactions. The best connections aren't filtered through a screen. The next time you have a spare moment, fight the urge to pull out your phone. Look around. Call a friend instead of just liking their post. Finally, question everything. When you see content that sparks a strong emotional reaction, just pause. Ask yourself, Why is the algorithm showing me this? Is this meant to inform me or to provoke me? Verify info before you share it, and be the one to break the cycle of outrage. For years, we've been sold a story that these platforms are just harmless tools for connection, but it's more complicated than that. They are powerful tools of persuasion, built on a business model that incentivizes them to hold our attention for as long as possible. Sometimes, using methods that can feel manipulative or lead to compulsive use, they have tapped into our reward systems, played on our psychological vulnerabilities, and are now linked to serious concerns about our mental health and the fractures in our society. But the game is only over if you keep playing by their rules. By understanding their playbook and by being deliberate in your choices, you can flip the script. You can turn social media from a master into a servant, using it for your benefit without falling into its traps. You have the knowledge. You have the power. It's time to take back your attention, and in doing so, take back your mind.